That was close. Plus or minus 6 years. How's everybody doing? Woo! Alright, 3 people are very excited this morning. Jeremy's excited because he's wearing a new hat, looks like. It's new to me. It's new to me. I haven't seen that one yet. How was y'all's New Year's? Did anyone go to the possum drop in Tallapoosa? I heard that's pretty epic. Brittany went?
I did.
But you raised your hand.
But I went to the tax player bowl, and after there was a concert, so that's where I was.
Oh, fun. The natty drop?
Nugget drop.
Oh, nugget drop. A natty drop. That's weird.
Gold nugget.
Villa Rick, I guess, would do that. Alright. What else?
We need like a drop out of City Station. Like a ball drop. Yeah, we do need a ball.
City Station ball drop.
That'd be cool.
Who started school back yesterday? Or Friday? Thursday? Friday. Are you guys really excited? Yay, school. I bet your parents are. They're like, yay, free time. Routine. Back. Routine.
I swim on a normal.
Who did the resolution run?
I did in my brain.
Yeah, Lydia was out there. She's killing it, by the way. I saw her out there. Way to go, Lydia.
That was awesome.
Aspen did the mile.
Did you see Aspen's brother when he came in the finish line?
Beckham?
Yes,
Beckham went full head of steam to
Yes.
that finish line.
Well, he was probably like,
Bad.
Benji!
Like,
Can't sneak in. I saw that Beckham, where his cheeks all red.
They're always red.
They're always red, like Samuel. We raised over almost $4,500 for the charity for that, just for that race. Pretty cool. The weather really worked out. Well, we don't do that for that. So, City Station makes plenty of money. Just kidding.
yeah, they do.
All right, we got some announcements, I think. Yes. Wednesday nights start back this Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's do the word of the month first. Self-control. It's a new month, so we got a new theme. Choosing to do what you should do even when you don't want to. Oh, self-control. That's a good one. That's a good one for me. Jeez. Who struggles with self-control? Anybody? Man, you guys, only the adults struggle with self-control. Amazing. It's amazing. Ah, there we go. There's a couple of you.
You've got a lot of self-control.
Q does.
Q
Being
live out.
way too loud.
Q is probably the worst when it comes to self-control. Just, he's so loud.
I know.
No, it's not always about you, Carson. Hey, did you get that Georgia pullover on clearance after the Texas game?
Okay, student.
Hey, that's okay. I don't care. Georgia was talking all the smack, and then they got beat, so I love it. All right. And I can't help it that Alabama drafts players from the NFL to play for them. It's just, it is what it is. We got a new verse for the month. Let's check it out. Who wants to read that besides Aspen? Levi. I saw your hand go up, Levi.
God's power has given us everything we need to lead a godly life. 2 Peter 1:3a NIrV.
1-3-A NIrV.
Nice.
NIrV Tucker, welcome back, NIrV. Anyone make any New Year's resolutions? And are they keeping those resolutions?
No.
Buddy, what's up, man? How's it going, buddy? What's up? You sound really excited to be here. He's pumped up. All right, we got another announcement here. February 2nd, who's coming to the Daraja Choir? Who's seen him before? What was the one that came a few years ago to the chicken farm?
2010.
Was that what they were called? Yeah, that's a few years ago. Was it Daraja? They were pretty good. They were good then. Do we have a video? Let's check out this video. A lot of videos.
We have good news. We are coming to your hometown. Let's come together. We love to sing. We love to dance. We love to worship God. And we love to laugh. We are the Russia. Please come and worship with us. Be sure to bring a friend.
February 2nd. Come on out. Saturday evening, yep. And it's free. Doesn't cost you anything.
Date night.
Date night? Oh, yeah, there you go. All right, what's next? Heartbeat, new Wednesday night series kicking off this Wednesday with Yancy. She'll be here on the TV. And she's got a video too.
Hi, I'm Yancy. Don't miss our series Heartbeat. We want to see you next week.
Who knows who Yancy is? Corey knows who Yancy is.
Hi, I'm Yancy. Don't
Oh,
miss
we're
our
back.
series
Repeat.
Heartbeat. We want to see you.
All right, we have a bonus. So don't forget, Wednesday night, be here. Because we have a bonus video. Check this out. This is happening Wednesday night.
Katniss Everdeen, I love my favorite.
A historic moment of justice. May her arrow signify the end of tyranny
What is that?
and the beginning
It's not Hunger Games.
of a new era.
Hunger Games is so sad.
May your aim be as true as your thought is.
Were you using arrows?
Hey, a new impossible shot. Well done, Corey. Well done. No, that's good. That's good. With the
I bet
music.
Tucker helped with that.
So, Wednesday night we have a new impossible shot with cool prizes. Isabel knows about winning cool prizes.
Are you talking about?
No, you. That Isabel. You won it.
We're sitting like.
Isabel. There's Isabel and
Yeah.
Isabel.
And that person won.
Isabel.
And who was the other impossible shot winner?
He's not
Ben.
here.
Blake. Ben Blake? Blake Ben.
Like Ben.
Blake Blinn Smith.
Like
Blinn.
Smith.
Like Blinn.
Jingleheimer Smith, his name. So, come Wednesday for the new impossible shot, bow and arrow. Alright?
We need to bring our own bow and arrow.
In practice. You can't bring your own bow and
Hey,
arrow.
I got a bow and arrow for Christmas.
Corey's like, oh god, I should have rethink. I gotta rethink this shot. Leave your bow and arrows at home, please. We're using the one provided by. It's gotta be all fair, you know, so everyone's gotta have the same opportunity to
So
win.
nobody kills themselves.
And nobody shoots your eye.
Oh, yeah, look how many subscribers we have.
YouTube, how many subscribers? It's this easy to join or subscribe.
We're almost at 200.
247.
247.
We're
Do I hear 248?
177.
177, Bob.
I bet it's 170.
Then you guys need to go to YouTube and subscribe.
I bet
Again?
If you have multiple Gmail accounts, go subscribe with all your Gmail accounts.
Okay.
Beef it up. We gotta get that gold button.
Yeah.
We only need 998,000 more or something like that.
999,000.
A lot more. A lot more. So a million minus 177. Somebody real quick.
So 178.
Too many.
Too many. All right. Okay. All right. I need 3 volunteers. Did anyone get a BB gun for Christmas?
I got one last year.
All right. Levi, I'll take you.
I got an airsoft gun.
Come on up. Come on up, Levi.
Go, Kendall.
And it's Landon. Do you want to do it? It's your birthday. Come on, Landon. It's your birthday. All right.
I got an airsoft gun.
Oh, so hard. So tough. All right, Isabel. Isabel, not Isabel. Okay. So here's the game this morning. All right. We're going to go, the line is, let's say, in between the first and second row. You have to shoot the most cups, okay? And there's 3 guns. And I don't know, I'm sure there's a prize. I'll go look in the back. Now, you have only like 10 shots in here, so you can't just spray it and hope you knock down all the cups, okay?
No, that could happen.
So, go, the 3 of you go in front of the camera there. Walk, turn to shoot! No, I'm just kidding, don't shoot yet. Hey, Lizzie. How's it going? Alright, you guys might want to get shoulder to shoulder or something because somebody's closer than the other.
Wait, what colors are they going?
Come up a little closer. Like in between the first and second row. Y'all are asking. There we go. Yeah, okay. Alright, it's okay, Levi, if you're in front of the camera. Okay, we're going to try to keep track of whoever knocks down the most cups. And you have 30 seconds or something. Ready, set, shoot! Yeah! Ah! Yeah!
That's Levi. That's Levi.
Oh, nice shot, whoever that was. Come on, get him off.
It's Levi.
Yeah, I was really good at this one.
Yeah. Ah.
I've been shot.
Come on, there's like 7 cups left. Isabel's got 3 shots left.
Isabel's not hit the cup.
She's blaming it on the equipment. One more, Levi. No, Isabel. Who's got one more? Levi's got one more. Let's see if we can make it count. Oh, nice. All right. Who counted? Who knocked down the most cups? Levi. All right, Levi. Whoa, jeez. All right, who's preaching today? Brittany, yes. All right, so let's put this game clean up, and then Levi, I'll find you a prize. And Brittany is bringing the message today, so I will pray for her in just a second, and we will get this thing rolling. Thanks, everybody. Before Tucker was hired here, he was a master cup stacker. I bet you guys didn't know that.
Oh, really?
See, you didn't know that.
I don't believe it.
We can reload these later. Or in the services. That was fun. Good job, Levi. I'll find you something back in the back. We'll see.
Levi, we have $30.
Wow, $30
Tucker's wallet.
from Tucker's wallet.
I don't have $30.
All right, let me pray for Brittany, and we will get this show on the road. Father God, thank you for today, God. Thank you for New Year, God. God, I just ask that you be with us this year as we get into it and go through the rest of our school year, God. God, I ask that you speak through Brittany today as she brings your message, and that the kids hear it, God. In your name we pray. Amen.
Okay, hey guys.
Hey.
Hey guys! Okay, so I'm so glad you guys are here today because today is going to be a pretty awesome day. We are really going to dive into the words self-control. Raise your hand if you have mastered self-control. You are always in control of yourself and everything you do. Anybody? Okay, good. Me either. But the Bible warns and talks to us about self-control and why we need to have it. Before we dive into that, I want to show you guys a few pictures. Here's one, and wait, not yet. When you look at this picture, I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and if you know it, I want you to shout it out. Okay, so it might be a lot of people at once, but hopefully you'll all be right. Okay, ready?
Pineapple.
Great Wall of China.
Great Wall of China. That is the Great Wall of China. It has been there for years and years and years. Does anyone know the purpose of the Great Wall of China? What did it do?
To keep people out.
Kept people out of China. So it protected China. Okay, next picture.
Egypt.
Israel. Okay. This is the Great Wall, or the Western Wall in Jerusalem. Okay, this is the Western Wall in Jerusalem. Okay, so maybe you've seen people praying there. When you see pictures of Jesus, sometimes you see him praying there. So this is the last part of a temple in Jerusalem that, yes, Jesus himself has been to. Okay? All right, next picture.
The gum wall.
Wow. Oh, wow. You didn't look. Okay. Does anyone know the specific name of this wall? It is a gum wall. That's right. That would be a great name, but the exact name of this is the Pike's Place Gum Wall. It's actually in Seattle, which is here in the United States, of course, naturally, Americans would make a gum wall. So, it is literally, one day somebody was like, hey, cool wall, let me put my gum on it. And so then everybody else was like, good idea, bro. So ever since then, everyone has just been putting gum on that wall.
So
Okay.
you can just get it.
Ew. Yeah, I guess if you're really needing some gum, that's disgusting. All right. Plenty to share. All right, next picture. Anyone know this one?
That's a Washington.
Okay. This is called the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall. Very good. Okay. This is. Okay. Who knows where this is? Where is it?
Washington, D.C.
It is in Washington, D.C. Who's ever seen it?
I think
Oh.
I had it now.
Okay, well now you've seen it. Who's seen it in person? Oh, okay, cool. Very clever. Okay, this is a wall that lists the names of the people who fought in the Vietnam War and gave their lives. So they died in the Vietnam War fighting for our freedom, and this is just a way to honor them. Okay, next wall, or picture. What is this?
Oh, the art wall. I know.
What is it?
The graffiti wall. That's the Great Wall graffiti.
That's the wall.
Okay, this is the Berlin Wall. I heard it over here. And this was used to separate Eastern Germany from Western Germany. So this wall was to keep people away, right? It was to keep people separated, right? So this was in 1989 is when this wall actually began to be torn apart, just torn apart. Okay. Let's see our next picture. I think we got one more. What is this?
The possible wall.
Oh, it's the what?
Hole in the wall.
It is called the hole in the wall. Okay. So this is from the game show Hole in the Wall. Who's ever seen that? Okay, I haven't. So that's very impressive that you have. But apparently Corey says it's awesome, and you all need to check it out. So I guess I'll have to check it out too, just to make sure that he knows what awesome is. So what happens is the walls are strangely sized cutouts, and the contestants have to try to fit through the hole. And if they can't fit through the hole, they're knocked into a big pool of water. Okay, so they're trying to get through. All right, so somebody tell me, what do all of these pictures, I want you to raise your hand for this one. What do all of these pictures have in common?
That are there to protect or keep out.
Okay, any other ideas?
Oh, they're all walls.
They're all walls. Now, all of them aren't trying to protect. I mean, the gum wall. Who's that trying to protect?
No.
I don't know, but they are all walls, right? So, why do you think I am telling you about walls? We're talking about self-control. What does that have to do with a wall? Anybody have any idea that wasn't already here and heard this sermon before? Anybody? Okay, well, I'm about to let you know. So, we are going to look at a verse in the Bible. This month we're going to be focused in the book of Proverbs. Who can tell me about Proverbs? Where is it in the Bible? Is it in the Old Testament? Is it in the New Testament?
Is it in the New Testament?
It is not in the New Testament.
Oh.
So that leaves
Old
one.
Testament.
Oh, yes, it is in the Old Testament. And Proverbs is called the book of wisdom. Does anyone know who wrote the book of Proverbs? Anyone? Yeah? Solomon. Solomon did write the book of Proverbs. Solomon was a very wise man. He was an Israelite king, and he asked God for wisdom. That's all he wanted. He wanted wisdom. So guess what? God granted his request, and he, like I said, was the wisest man, basically practically, we could say probably up to this day, you know, not including Jesus, right? So he is one of the wisest men, and he wrote most of the verses in Proverbs. So today we're going to dive into self-control and what that means. Solomon told us about many things, about love and being lazy and all this different stuff, and warned us against things and told us how to pursue things and how to accomplish things. But specifically, we're going to look at self-control and what he says about self-control. So most of you should have a Bible. We're going to Proverbs, which is close to the middle. Good. And we're going to chapter 25, big 25. Big 25 and verse 28. Big 25, little 28. Now we're going to read this a few times because I really want to make sure that you hear what it says. Anybody know the page?
600.
600. Okay, if you haven't found it yet, look at page 600. All right. Who wants to read it for us?
Me.
Tyler, read it for us.
A person without self-control is like a city whose walls are broken through.
Perfect. Who else? Who wants to read it? Go ahead.
A person without self-control is like a city whose walls are broken through.
Okay, so that's pretty short. You guys think that's short? Is that easy?
No.
Pretty easy? Like short? We can memorize that, right? So a person without self-control is like a what? Somebody tell me. Who remembers?
Like a city whose walls are broken through.
Right. So broken through or broken down. So you're telling me that if you don't have self-control, it's like your walls are broken down. But hold on, wait a minute. I don't really get what that means because do we have walls around our city? No. I mean, I've never had to drive through a wall to get to my city other than like when you go to Disney World. That's different though because it's like a whole other planet there. But here in Carrollton, we don't go through a wall to get to our city. We might drive past a wall that says, "Welcome to Carrollton," or for me, "Welcome to Temple," right? Because that's where I live. But we do not ever drive through a wall to get to a city. So that's kind of weird. So we need to really dive in. We need to talk about why would Solomon say that? Like, why is he talking about walls, being broken down, and why does that even matter? Does anyone have any idea why he would say that? Why he would talk about walls? No? Anybody? Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about why he would say that. Because back long ago, they put walls, the Israelites in different countries, long ago in ancient times, they put walls around their city to protect them. That's right. They didn't have all of the technology and everything that we have today for people to be watching and the government to be seeing if anyone's coming to attack us or anything like that. So the people of this time, they put up walls to protect them. So if someone was coming, would they know? Would they have a warning? Could they hear them before they attacked them? Yes. Yes. Yeah, they'd be banging on the wall. They couldn't just walk in. You had to, be granted permission to walk in. So, were walls, important to these people of this time? Yeah, because a wall meant protection. A wall meant they're safe. And they know that no one is going to come in and attack them or hurt them. So the walls being broken down, okay, so hold on. Let's see if we can put this together. Walls being up meant we're safe. Walls being down meant we're not, right? We're unsafe. Who wants to feel unsafe? Anybody?
Nobody to protect it.
Right? So when Solomon said in this verse, a person without self-control is basically your walls are going to be torn down. So if you don't have self-control, you're no longer safe. Oh, let me try again. If your walls are broken down and you don't have self-control, you're no longer safe. Okay? So this is a warning. Solomon is saying, hello, alert, alert, alert. You need self-control in order to be safe. You need self-control in order for things to go like they're supposed to go. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys another picture of self-control. Okay? So we got all these cool walls that we saw, but I have another wall. Raise your hand if you like football. Okay, say your favorite team on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. My favorite team is Georgia, even though they lost. It's okay. Always a fan, forever. Okay? Well, now we're coming up to like some really big games, right? So if you don't like football, I'm so sorry to tell you, but you're about to hear about football a lot. So I'm going to continue that by telling you a little bit about a wall that has to do with football.
A stadium.
Okay, could be a stadium. But we're actually going to talk about the players. So right now I need 5 adult volunteers.
I'm an adult.
Let's go.
Okay.
Corey.
Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, no,
Corey's like
5. Okay.
That's only 4.
Oh, Tucker, go.
Tanya.
5. Okay, I got 5. Can you guys come on up here on stage? Come on up here. All right. So,
Football.
right now, I'm about to show you a line that we have in football. But you guys are going to turn this way and come this way.
Wait,
That'll be easier that way. My quarterback is Tucker. Tucker's going to be right here, back here.
who's the center?
He's going for a blitz.
Okay. Let me try. Not fall. Okay. All right. So this is our football players. What do these guys do? Okay, Tucker, he's the quarterback. What does the quarterback do?
He throws the ball.
He throws the ball, right?
Passes.
So normally when we talk about football, listen up. Normally when we talk about football, all we care about is the quarterback, the person that catches the ball far, wide, the wide receiver, right? Okay. So we worry about those guys because they're like catching the winning throw, throwing the winning throw. But really, that could never happen without these guys. What do these guys do?
Protect the quarterback.
They protect the quarterback, right? So when we're sitting here playing football and everything like that, the people on this side are trying to tackle the quarterback so the quarterback can't throw the winning throw, right? Okay? So we have the center, what does he do?
He snaps the ball.
Steven snaps the ball. So Tucker's going to give him the ball.
You're going to
Please don't fall off. He holds the ball, and then the quarterback says what?
Down
Down to hut or hike or whatever they say. And he tosses the ball back to Tucker, and then all of these guys play that thing called
offense.
They play offense?
Defense.
Tucker is playing offense. These guys are playing defense. They are protecting Tucker. They're on offense, but you're in a defensive.
You're defending the quarterback.
Yeah. Okay, so they're on offense, but they're playing defense by not letting anyone get to their quarterback. All right, so we're gonna. I need 3. This is like a little small. It's making me nervous, but it's gonna be fun. I need 3 people to come be on real defense.
Hey,
come on up.
this big guy right here.
Me. I feel like. Come on up.
You got it.
Oh, we gotta look up Lydia. She's
Okay.
Throw a little knee and elbow in there.
Just try not to fall off. Alright, so please don't fall off. Please. If you do, someone might catch you. Okay. So these guys, their job is going to be to run, get through, and get to who? Tucker. Those guys are going to stop them from getting to
Tucker.
Okay, let's see if this works.
You're
Are
not
ready?
going to do a good job.
You ready? Set. Don't fall off. Ready? Hut. Hike. Whatever you say. Go. Go.
You're
Okay,
terrible.
stop. Okay, stop. Okay, stop.
Stop.
Alright, give him a round of applause. Good job, good job. Okay,
He still got you.
so did they get to him?
Yeah.
Okay, before I said stop?
No.
Yes.
Thank you, Carson.
They didn't get to them before I said stop. So these guys created a wall.
The
Oh, I heard it. They created a wall. They created a wall that protected and defended Tucker, right? Okay. Now, let's see what happens if this wall fails. Look at the screen with me.
Okay.
This wall fails.
Then they start the quarterback.
Oh.
They start the quarterback.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be like
Yay,
a
Okay, we're watching. There's the wall. It failed again.
Mine is one good.
It keeps on failing, but at the same time.
Nobody cared about the Miami.
Bam! Oh, that's yeah, they're protected, but I'm talking about whoa! I was talking about the team that got sacked, because they're like
Hey, that's look at Miami.
Okay. Now, raise your hand if you felt a little bit of pain while watching that, like in your heart for those guys.
I didn't like those teams also.
Oh, well, you know, it doesn't matter if you like the team or not. That guy got knocked out. Okay? And that's unfortunate because that looks like it kind of hurts, right? So, when the wall fails, the quarterback is unsafe.
Unsafe.
Let's try again, because he's with me. He's with me. He knows what I'm saying. When the wall fails, the quarterback is unsafe. He's unsafe, right? Okay, well, I don't know if that's really true. So, I'm just going to, I want you to just stand right there, and hopefully you can still make this wall work. But we have to check, and we just want to check that theory, and we want to see if the wall still works, even with, you know, him down there. Okay? Ready? Go. Okay, so did the wall, with a hole in the wall, this hole here, did the wall work?
No.
Was Tucker safe?
No.
And good thing we're taking it easy on Tucker.
We almost got a broken leg.
He might do a little damage to Tucker. Okay.
I don't have insurance.
Okay. Now, let's think about this. The defense, they can't have a hole. So Solomon tells us, you know, the lack of self-control will cause your wall to break. So right here, we had a break in our wall. And what happened when there was a break in our wall?
They got to
Tucker. Were we going to score? No. Were we maybe not even win because of that? One little hole right there, right? Okay, let's talk about this a little more. Let's see. You stay there. I want you to scoot over just a little. And you stay there. And I want you to kind of compare this. Here's our wall again. And I want you to compare this to your life, okay? So maybe you've been playing this awesome video game lately? Don't tell me with your mouth. Tell me with your hands. Who likes video games? Okay.
Carson does.
Not with your mouth, with your hands. Okay. If you like video games, you can relate to this. You've been playing this video game non-stop. I mean, wake up, play. Go to sleep, dream about it. Wake up, play, wake up, play. Mom says, hey, clean your room.
Wake up,
play.
coffee.
No.
Mama says, hey, go outside and play with your
coffee?
friends. Play video games, right? You
Get
don't
up,
do it, you're not
coffee.
listening. Let's see what
Go to
happens
coffee.
when that hole of self-control of listening and doing what you know is right happens. Ready? Hike or hut. Okay, what happened?
Jeremy was laughing, that's why.
Right? The quarterback is on.
They all slack. They're all slackers.
All right, now I'm going to move you guys around a little more. You come
Slackers.
this way a little bit. All right, so we got our wall. It's strong. It's good. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you another scenario maybe you can relate to. Maybe you lied to a friend because you didn't want to hurt their feelings, right? So you lied to them, but you were really just trying to, be kind. But you lied to them. Who's ever lied to a friend? Okay. All right, you lied to them, and so because you lied and you didn't have self-control, you now have a hole in your wall. But it's okay. It's okay because I made it. They're still protecting Tucker. Nothing's going to happen. Nobody can get over there. And it's okay. Like, I lied. Nobody is going to find out. Nobody is going to know. It's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. Ready? Go. Oh, what happened? They got to him anyway, right? Because you lied, and we didn't have any self-control. Let's give our leaders and our volunteers a round of applause. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks.
Ooh, Jeremy.
So, somebody tell me, hopefully you got it, right? That was a lot of visuals, right? So somebody tell me, what did Solomon mean when he told us about, wait, hold on, somebody read Proverbs to me again. Who's still got it open? Read it loud. Proverbs 25:28.
A person without self-control is like a city whose walls are broken through.
Person without self-control is like a city whose walls are broken through. So what does Solomon mean by that? What does he mean?
Because, like, you demonstrated up here, if you don't have any self-control, you have a hole in the wall, and then things will get to it.
Right. If we don't have self-control, there'll be a hole in the wall, in our wall, right? And things can happen. Bad things can happen. It kind of makes us a little unsafe, right? Somebody give me an example of a time that you didn't have self-control.
Every day.
Okay, but I need a specific example. What's like one thing? Okay.
I eat all that Halloween candy, I can't stop.
Oh my goodness, all the Halloween candy. What happens when you eat all of the Halloween candy?
You look like me.
You're sick.
You get sugar rush.
You're sick. You get a sugar rush and then you don't feel good. What about who's ever stayed up later than you were supposed to?
Me,
Don't raise your hand for a liar.
Okay, raise your hand. Okay, now, staying up later than you were supposed to is not having self-control. What is the consequence of staying up late, Tucker?
You get grumpy and your sleep schedule gets messed up and you get all sorts of messed up.
Right, you messed up, man. You're tired, you're sleepy, you're grouchy, you're getting in trouble by your mama because you ain't listening, you're being rude, right?
Hey, I'm a weekend back in
It's a consequence from not having self-control. So when you're grumpy and grouchy, as the consequence of not having self-control, is that good for you? Is that going to prosper you or make you better?
It won't make you friends.
right? You probably aren't going to have any friends. You're going to be in trouble by your mom, right? So we need to have that self-control. Self-control is so important. Just like it would be really important in the ancient world to walk around the city walls and look for weak spots, it is equally important for us to understand ourselves and where the weak spots are in our walls. So, what does that mean? It means you need to look at yourself and you need to say, where in my life do I lack self-control? I'm going to tell you one of my places is I struggle with going to work out consistently, right? Working out is good for you. It makes you healthy, fit, all that good stuff. So something I noticed, hey, my wall is weak here. And because of that, there are consequences. And so I said, my wall is weak. I got to do better. So the new year, everybody sets resolutions, right? Or ways to make yourself better. So I decided I'm going to work out 5 days a week. Well, so far I've been successful. But it's a weak area. So what can I do? Like, of course I can tell myself I'm going to work out. But what else could I do for that weak spot?
You could pray and ask God to help you.
I could pray and ask God to help me. That's perfect. What else? Anybody know anything else?
You can find someone to hold you accountable.
I can find someone to hold me accountable. So I could say, hey, Tucker, I really need to work out. I need to have self-control in that area. Can you message me or something and say, hey, did you work out today, right? Is that a good idea?
Or a workout buddy.
Or a workout buddy. Maybe Miss Tanya can go me to the gym. We can lift some weights together, right? She's counting on me to come. So that might help me have self-control, okay? So we need to go around our lives and we need to figure out what are the weak spots. All month, we're going to focus on a few different areas. And I want you to be examining your walls. I want you to see where they're weak. And let's ask God to help us. Now, we're going to go into a time of worship in just a few minutes. But for now, I want you to think about the things you're going to take to small group. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. And I want you to think about this big question. When do you lose control? Think about it. Don't talk about it, think. When do I lose control? Where are you weak? Where do you struggle? Where do you lack self-control? When you go to small group, I want you to talk about those things. This is a group of people. It's our community, and we come together as Christ followers, and it's our job to build each other up, to pray for each other. And I want you to share with your group those weak spots, those hard things that you struggle with. I want them to be able to pray for you first, and maybe even hold you accountable at school. I want you to pray and I want you to ask God for help with your community. Let's pray. Hey God, I just thank you and I praise you for bringing us here today, God. I thank you for Solomon and his wisdom that you gave him and that was left here for us to see and seek and just put into place in our lives, God. I thank you so much for the word self-control, and I thank you for showing us what it means in your word. And I ask that you just be with us as we dive into our lives and we search and we seek and we try to figure out our weaknesses. We try to figure out our struggles. And I ask that you give us strength and give us self-control in those areas. I ask that you be with us during this time of worship and just allow everyone to come to you and just worship you and thank you for who you are. In your son's name I pray. Amen.
All right, so now for our time.